here on Starship Adventure. I'm not sure, the focus seems a little weird, but other than that, everything is going good so far tonight. I have been able to uh, use a tripod uh, as far as keeping the signal with the tower. And I went and grabbed a couple of my lights and stuff. So we're a little better set up tonight. I actually have a large body tripod sitting in the middle of the bed. And then I have an adapter there holding the phone, and another adapter holding a battery that's running the lights and charging the phone while I'm live. We're going to see each night when I come on, it works good for about 5 or 10 minutes, and it seems to drop off, and I don't know why. For a little while, anyway. Uh, it was very cold here last night. We did get down to 4 as promised by Noah. They set down at 4, and in fact, we made 4. As verified by 2 local weather stations nearby, as well as my station here, all had 4 degrees. Hey, Jungle, how's it going? Yeah. So anyway, things are going well up here. We're enjoying our vacation. I'm not able to do much of anything. I had to drive into town in order to put in my weekend shows, and probably Friday night I will probably have to drive back into town again and put in my weekend shows again using the Wi-Fi in downtown Blairsville. It is what it is. I may be able to get on from here. I don't know, but we are heading back on Sunday morning, and we should be arriving back in town Sunday afternoon. I'm not sure if I'm going to be up to it, but I do plan to do a show for Sunday evening from the studio. I didn't have to rip it apart that bad. Sometimes when I go back, I have to put everything back because everything's out. Um, this time we didn't have to do that because I have a broadcast laptop. Now I'm trying to get enough equipment that I don't have to rip all of the cameras and computers and everything out of the studio when I go on vacation, or when I go mobile, or when we go storm chasing, or whatever we're doing. I want to use separate dedicated equipment for that so that when I come home, the studio's sitting there ready to go. My computer's home running right now in the studio. And so when I get back, it's a matter of literally putting a few of my lights back up, putting up 2 cameras, the 2 OSB bot cameras, um, and that's about it. I mean, there's not a whole lot to the air, so I should be able to get back on the air Sunday night. That's pretty much it. What is it? Tuesday now, Tuesday night. Um, hey, Victor, what's up? Um, yeah, we're doing okay. I mean, it's a little uncomfortable, uh, but it just is. It's hard, but we're getting through it. The cabin was not designed for someone in a walker or a wheelchair, so it's a little more difficult. But we're doing okay. I've got the engraver. We've got it here. It's set up, and we were using it. I've already started practicing with it, and I'm learning how to use it. It's a little more intricate than you think, and I have to do a lot of things to get to learn myself. How to make it. Hey, who was it? Dehydrated Water? I think checked in. Hey, how you doing? I'm chat to come back up, and also Sparkplug. Thanks for coming in, and Matt. Um, uh, yeah, Matt. Thank you for coming in, everybody. Anyway, just a little impromptu tonight, maybe in 30 minutes to an hour. I just wanted to go through what's going on, let you guys know that I know that I'm out this week. It is what it is. Starship Adventures is basically shut down. It's a one-man studio. So when I take my couple weeks a year, which I'm taking 1 week right now, it does kind of bring things to a grinding halt. However, I will be back in there on Sunday. Today's Tuesday, so we're talking about what, like 5 or 6 days. I'll be back. We'll be back in the regular shows, and we'll be doing shows. And I'm also will be doing extended coverage as well, with any of this unrest that's going on, or any other news that has to do with weather. I know we've got another big winter storm that's going to be coming through, and that's interesting. This next winter storm could actually bring quite a bit of snow, even to lower latitudes than the last one did. I don't think we're going to get a lot of ice. That's um, I know. Yes, dehydrated water, a sacrifice I made to spend time with my mom. Just I'm just being honest with you guys. I probably gave up 10,000 subscribers over this last week, but it is what it is. I have to do it when I can do it, and I have to not do it when I can't do it, and that's pretty much it. Um, yeah, no, and trust me, we both, my mom and I both understand. This is a rare occasion, and we don't know how many of these there'll be left. So we want to take what we can take. I'll probably be coming back up again at some point towards April, March or April maybe. There'll be another week coming. I'm considering. Let's see how things go. I'm considering calling up here and just having the fiber optic run in. It's right down at the bottom of the street. It's like, damn it, if I had that run in here, I could then monitor this place with cameras and with temperature sensing equipment, and things like that. I would know if a heater's down or if my pipes are freezing. I would be able to monitor my cabin, even put up a webcam, 24/7 webcam that we could put up on the Starship After channel, and actually get some traffic through on it, and that would be cool too. So I'm considering doing it. I think that I might be able to even get a nice enough camera and everything where we can actually have a really nice webcam that people will enjoy to watch. So, but I'm looking at that as an option up here because I need to be able to come up here, and I also need to be able to continue keeping Starship Adventures moving down the track, and can't just shut down the broadcast every time. And so that's part of the reason why I'm trying to come up tonight and tell you guys what's going on. Um, yeah, I know, Matt, and that's literally my attitude on it. Is I'm taking what I want at this point because I don't know how much more I'm going to get. Um, yeah, we don't. We can't afford insurance on two houses, so yeah, I don't. Yeah, yep. So it is what it is. We're going to get through this week. There's other guys out there that do really good job. What is that? JLRB Media, whatever. He's really good. The JLR, I think it is, whatever. Put it in there if you know what it is. Also, Portland Andy does a really good job. There's some other channels. I mean, I'm in here advertising for my competitors, but they're great guys and they do good stuff too. So, the coverage is out there, and I'll get back on the saddle on Sunday night. Um, I have been watching JLR Investigates. Thank you, Jungle. He's good. I like him. Yeah, and Portland Andy. There's the other one. So there's your two stores. If I'm not on, those two guys usually will pick it up. But they've been doing it longer than me, and they're good. They're good producers. It's very difficult to self-produce a show while you're monologuing, and those guys do a good job. All right, so and that's praise for me because I'm a person when it comes to broadcasting. I've done it for the last 14 years. I try when you put hours and hours into setting shit up and then you press the green button and nothing effing happens. It's like you just want to pull your hair out. But anyway, okay, it looks like I'm live again. It's starting to do that thing that it does every night. I get about 10 or 15 minutes into the show, and then it starts reconnecting. And I don't know. Um, Joseph, for those of you who don't know, Joseph is a friend of mine that I've been friends with for years. And he's probably the smartest person I know. And a lot of times he will look at things and try to help me figure it out, and because he's really good at that. And I think we've come to the conclusion up here that these cell towers up here only have a limited amount of internet available at the cell tower. Because sometimes I'll have connection with a cell tower, but there's no available internet. It's kind of weird. Um, Coming home Sunday. We'll be back on from the studio Sunday night, special coverage. I will be back and everything will return to normal. Yeah, Sunday. Yep, I'll be there. We're driving back Sunday. I'm leaving pre-dawn Sunday morning. When we leave out of here, it'll be 10 degrees. Yeah. Oh, hey, Car. There you are. Yeah, and so we actually think there's actually like only so much internet available at the towers or something. Because sometimes we would be watching on the meter and we're getting great coverage. We've got 2 bars, 3 bars, but yet the internet is through like kilobytes. And I believe it's because the towers up here are internet challenged. We're signal challenged, but then the towers are also internet challenged up here. That's the way it is. Up here, there's not a lot up here. Now that's changing. And I'm very surprised the cell phones have not caught up here because they've suddenly got a lot of new people moving up here. This Union County used to have about 10,000 people in it. I think there's 50 or 100,000 now. It's like in Hiawassee, the hillsides look like there's just houses stacked all the way up the hillsides. There's hardly any trees left. It's growing here very quickly because, as you know, Georgia is also a conservative state. They don't have near the influx here because they do have, because of Atlanta primarily, and several other cities, including Macon, they do have some urban centers that are left of center. However, most of Georgia, like up here, 80% Republican up here. 80%. There's no bullshit. They're all Republican up here. Hell, you couldn't buy liquor in this. You still can't buy liquor in this county. It's very Christian up here. It's Bible Belt. It's awesome. I love the people up here. It's refreshing to come up here and hang out with people that actually talk to you through. You go to McDonald's in Blairsville. How you doing today? That's all you want? Just them 2 biscuits, honey? I mean, I spoke to civilly from a McDonald's window in 5 years. So it's kind of neat up here. There's the hospitality. The people are much nicer up here than even down where I'm from. And I hear where I'm from are a lot nicer than some of these urban areas up north. Where people are really rude and obnoxious. But I love the folks. I even like the weather. I mean, as long as you're prepared for it, their summers are nice up here. They don't really get that hot. And so, I can't wait to be based out of here and be driving my van across the country. And every time I come back to here, and this will be my home base. I actually have a spot in the lower driveway and a spot in the upper driveway where van will be able to park. Yeah, and so it's going to be nice because when when I need to stop for a month or whatever, I'm going to have a studio here. I'm going to have computers here and everything going here. And I'll just come back here and do the show out of the studio. And then when I'm going to go on the next trip across the country, I'll go get in the van and we'll go on the trip across country and we'll all go together. It's going to be amazing. And I'm serious when I say this. And I've had some input on me that they thought it was an amazing idea. One of the things I'm planning on doing the next 3 years is go on the road. You guys know that. I'm going to build a vehicle. It's going to have solar panels and Starlink, and it's going to be amazing. And I'm going to build it with YouTube money. I'm going to build it with the money we're making here with these stupid commercials you guys got to watch. I'm sorry. But that's how I'm going to build the vehicle and put gas in the tank and eventually food in my belly and actually go across the country in it. And one of the things I'm going to do is meet all you guys. I'm going to come across the country. I'm going to go to Texas and meet Texas Mouse. And I'm going to go to wherever and meet Deploribus and go wherever and meet. So if you guys want, obviously I'm not going to show up unannounced, but for anybody out there that wants, that would like, just, there'll be a sign up. You sign up, give me your address, and I'll put you on the plan for the next trip. And I'll come and I'll park in front of your house. And I don't need a room. I don't need a place to stay. You don't need to feed me meals, nothing. I just pull up in front of your house. You come out. We'll sit in the van and do the 9 o'clock Sights and Sound show from the van, and you get to co-star with me. It'll be fun. And I think that'll be nice. That'll be a neat thing. You can co-host with me, and we'll do the show from there. We'll get to meet. We'll get to talk about you and everything about you. And each of my viewers out there, each of my supporters of my channel, will get their night to co-host the Sights and Sounds of Earth. I think that would be so cool. And I really want to do that. Yes, Utah. I'm going to go all over the place. I might even go to Kami, California. There's so many things in California I want to see. I might even get a protective suit and go into California. Anyway. I've already spoke to I know, Car. But you know, the thing is I think that it would personalize the channel and the show, and everybody would get to meet all of the different mods that are out there. I'm also down the road looking at doing some Zoom stuff where we can all Zoom together and have a monthly Zoom meeting. Maybe when we do the memberships eventually, I'm going to do some really cheap, like $3 memberships. It's going to be really cheap, and you're going to get a whole suite of AI tools. And it's just, there's a lot going on, but I'm doing it all myself while I'm still working full time at a radio station producing talk radio. So it all has to be in there. So, but yeah, that's going to be really cool. It'll be really cool to eventually get to meet all you guys in person. And it'll give me stops along the way. I'm going to different grounds and stay there. I'm going to go to state and federal and local parks and stay there. I might pull over and stay night in a parking lot. Who knows? But it always tells me what time it's time to go, because it just keeps going out over and over and over. Let's see if it'll stabilize. I don't understand why it's. Unplug the power. Sometimes that helps. Here we go. Let's try that for a minute. All right. So, but yeah, the whole idea here is that every day it's another adventure. See, when I started this, I never planned to sit and do a news show every night at 9 o'clock. It was going to be an adventure. It was going to be, I'm taking you on an adventure of a lifetime. And every day you tune in. You know, there's certain channels I really like. And I'm going to tell you one of them, Sarah Gordo. Carlotta helped me with the man's name and link and everything. But there's a man that does a YouTube channel, and he bought an old abandoned silver mine, and he goes and he mines. You know, he goes down in the mine, and he's redone a bunch of the buildings, and people can come stay there. He rebuilt the hotel, and he's doing it all with YouTube money and people that he meets on Brent. Yes, Brent. Sarah Gordo. If you just put in Brent Sarah Gordo, SARAGORDO, I think, and you can even put Silvermine just to make sure. He'll come right up. You'll see him. He's a smaller guy. You'll see him when you see him, and I love this guy. He was one of the people that inspired me to do an adventure channel. He still does. I haven't watched him in a few months, but I'll admit, but I stayed up with him for years. I know Carlotta did as well. He's got a great channel, and he would actually bring you down in the mine with him and in adventure stuff. There's the link. Thank you, Car. I like to give credit where credit's due, and he's just like I give Adam the Woo, God rest his soul, credit, because he's one of the channels that got me going here. this man does too. Brent, it's Sarah Gordo. He did the same thing. He's one of the channels that I watched, that Carlotta actually got me watching, and I used it as an inspiration and even some guidance for this channel. I would, I didn't go out and buy a silver mine, but just looking at how he did it, he does his production and his videos, and he's out there on the edge of it, and he's trying to bring unique content to YouTube, and that's the part that just inspired me. The same thing with Adam the Woo. I don't care if he's just riding roller coasters. He's bringing good content. And of course, Adam the Woo got into doing so much more than that. He was exploring little towns and going all over Florida and exploring the backwoods of Florida and stuff. And it was really good stuff. And so these are the kind of channels that I look up to, and that I use when I yeah, I know, Victor. I know things are not perfect with the live stream tonight. They won't be until I get back in my studio. Yeah, we watched the day after the hotel burned down, a generator fire. He cried. It was, oh my God, it was very emotional, because we had watched him try to rebuild this hotel. He went and dug all the nails out of the debris and straightened them all out and put it back up with the same nails. I mean, that's how this man cares. They had a whorehouse there. It was falling down. He took the entire whorehouse and numbered all the pieces, took it all away and built a new foundation and built it back the way it was, using the original nails as much as possible, and the original planks back in the original positions. I love that attention to detail. Yeah, I believe he was a reincarnate from someone who worked or lived there for sure. Yeah, I definitely believe that he's incarnate from he's reincarnated for sure. Yeah. Hey, Dispatch, what's up? Yeah, what an amazing, just an absolute amazing channel, and I really love I really love a good YouTube channel that where you feel like you're part of the, you're on the adventure with the channel, and the host is your friend and you're going on an adventure. That's the feeling that I'm looking for. Yeah, and so that's the goal of this entire thing, is pushing in that direction. And we're getting there. We can grow exponentially 3 or 4 more times. The money will be there, and I'm even my guys that I work with. There's no secret. I'm only going to do the show in town for another couple of years. I will eventually leave. I cannot produce talk radio the rest of my life. I got to get out. I got to do it. But I'm going to keep doing it for now because it pays all my bills, and then I can take all my YouTube money and return it back into buying equipment and things like that. So, now, the cats are good. I haven't spoke to Steven, but he will call me if there's any problems. He knows those cats as well as I do, and it's his home too. He lives there sometimes, so it's all good. I'm not worried about my cats or my home. I have 10 security lights and all kinds of systems and cameras and everything else. Plus, it's being checked twice a day. Yeah, and Carlotta, I think, has been by twice to see the cats since I've been gone too. So they see plenty of people. They're still there. They'll be good. Yeah, she was there Friday through Sunday on and off, so that's cool. So yeah, it'll be all good, and I'll be home Sunday. I'll see him Sunday, and Mama Bleep, I'm sure, is pretty upset that she's been locked out of her house now for a week because she lives in the studio, and I can't leave her locked in there. I worry about her too much, so I just I put her out at large. She can go in the house through the cat door. Mom's doing good. Mom's doing good. It's you know, life's a lot more difficult now, but there's still a quality of life, and that's what's important. Um, that's about the best I can do there. Let's see. Yeah, for those that didn't that just tuned in the last few minutes, 4 degrees last night, 4 degrees here in Blairsville, Georgia. So I can only imagine points north were even colder. Um, I don't wear clothes, so you guys have to understand that about me. Obviously, I put my shorts on when I go down and spend time with mom because I don't hang out with no pants on in front of my mother. But I don't wear clothes at all. I'm intolerant to clothes. I hate clothes. Um, Usually, you guys see me in a collared shirt in the studio. I'm normally wearing very loose fitting floppy shorts with nothing under them below me and nothing else. I can't stand clothes. I've got to where I'm almost completely intolerant of shoes and socks. And I can't stand clothes. So anytime I can get away with it, like right now, you can't see nothing, so who cares? Um, yeah, I I don't like clothes. I can't stand clothes. Um, but I'm wearing shorts. I'm legal, so that's all that really matters. Um, yeah, it's all about being comfortable, and it is what it is. I don't sit around all bundled up in a bunch of clothes. The first thing I do right before I do the show at night is put a shirt on. That's usually the last thing I do. Um, yeah, it is what it is, guys. It's not even that it's a big deal. It's just I don't like clothes. I don't like wearing them. They're uncomfortable. Um, and it is what it is. That doesn't mean I walk around like that in front of other people. Unless they're all consenting adults, and in that case, it's cool. But I just, I just don't like it. So when it comes to something like this, where you can't see anything anyway, I guess it really doesn't matter whether I put a shirt on or not. Yeah, nudism school. I think I'm accepting of it and have done it, and I think it's fine. Um, it's all to your taste. It's like anything else in life. If you like it, do it. If you don't like it, stay away from it. That's what's great about life. Same thing with ham radio. Same thing with any hobbies. Same thing with anything. If you enjoy doing it, do it. Obviously, if it's legal, do it. Where is my screens? Have none. That's the problem up here. I have no internet. Just the only reason that I'm able to do this, I found a spot right here on my bed. You're on a tripod on my bed. I'm sitting on my bed. When I'm done with you guys, I'm going to sit the tripod over to the side and lay down. That's why I'm ready for bed. Um, this is the only place I can get internet right here. There's another spot out there on the corner of the banister, and there's another little spot on the back bed. Uh, I kind of know where that spot is too. Um, yeah, I'm on vacation. I'm totally on vacation. And I've got mom up here, and so this has been a little bit of a miracle here. So we're getting it done. But down there on the banister, if you sit right at the corner of the banister, you can talk on your phone. You have internet. So last time I was up, it was a lot warmer outside, and I did 2 or 3 shows from out on the porch as well. Um, I am getting my strength back. I was very ill. I shouldn't have came up that morning. I was so sick before. I was throwing up and shitting all over the place before I left my house that morning at 4 o'clock in the morning. You have no idea how miserable I was. We ended up stopping at a hotel that was completely being remodeled, and I walked in and just asked the guy if I could rent a room for a few hours. And I joked around with him and told him I got my mom in the car. She's not a hooker. And he rented me a room for $45. And I went in and took a shower, laid down for 2 hours, took another shower, and we headed back for Georgia again. So, um, oh, steak. We don't eat steak at home. I can no longer afford steak at home. So when we come up here, we buy steak, and none of us eat that much. My eating's down probably 30% over the last couple of years. My volume My mom's volume is down 60, 70%. So between that, we bought two really nice ribeyes, and we've gotten two full meals out of them. So that's been really good. We cook one up each night, baked potatoes, some green beans, and it's really, really good. I like a good baked potato with some sour cream, really good, and Everglades seasoning, of course. And then the steak itself, I cook with Everglades seasoning, and I just pan fried them. I was not going to go out and try to get the barbecue grill going. I just wasn't going to do it. It's I don't even know if I could get it warm enough to cook. It it's I think it's 17 outside right now. I don't think I could get it to cook. And nor did I want to try. So there you go. We burned the fireplace last night. We decided not to burn it tonight. The fireplace really does not. It's not efficient because the moment I open that flume and start burning the fireplace, first thing I have to do, get this, I have to put a heater in the fireplace in order to get the air going up the flume. Because as soon as I open the flume, this column of ice cold air comes down into the house. And so your low's 31 down there. Oh my God. You know, my kitties are cold, but they can get in the house. Anyway, the point is, oh shit. What was I talking about? I just totally blew it. Low tonight, 31. That's not too bad. But anyway, the point is to finish answering your question, pot roast would be number two. Yeah, I just had a brain fart. I don't give a shit. Um, yeah, probably too much is something else. Yeah, the fireplace. So you have to put the heater in. Thank you guys for thank you for keeping this going on the road down down the track. Anyway, so what I do is I put a big heater in there, okay, and once the heat's really hot inside the fireplace, then I open the flume and I let it sit there for a while until the air's going. Then I leave the heater blowing air in there as I'm lighting the logs, and I put a bunch of paper in there and get it all going. And it still fills the house with smoke, and it's still pain in the ass. But I can get it going, and then it burns all night, and it's great. However, the same thing happens at 3 in the morning. As the fire dies down and all the coals are starting to go out, we've allowed it to go out because we went to bed. We don't keep it roaring when we're in bed. So we let it roll out, and about 3:30 in the morning, the cold air starts to come down. And when that happens, what ends up happening is the cold air comes down and it fans it. And that cold, dry air tends to rekindle just little bits of it down there, and it starts to fill the house with smoke, and we think the house is on fire. The smoke alarms are going off and shit. And it's scary. It's happened 3 or 4 times. So anytime I have to go down about 3 in the morning and just put out the last few little things and close the flume, so that way it doesn't fill the house with smoke in the middle of the night. I'm sitting in bed. Do I have to wear a shirt in bed? I just went through all this. I don't like clothes. I would never wear clothes again unless I had to. Yeah. So, yeah, it is what it is. I'm not. I'm not one of these exhibitionist types. I'm not. I just don't like to wear clothes. So just it is what it is. Yeah, I do. I'm doing the pot roast tomorrow, and I will leave that in the pot roast all day. Do they make an actual thing for that? I'm from Florida. Fireplaces are a novelty down there. It's something people get in their nice ritzy houses. They'll get a nice fireplace that they never burn. Um, the coldest it gets in Florida, down where I'm at, is about 32 degrees, maybe 30 on a really really cold year. Um, but we don't get a lot. Um, but yeah, that's all. I I wish more of the world was clothing optional. A heatilator. Well, that's interesting. Central Bama, 16. Well, there you go. Yeah, boy, our algorithms are messed up, but that's all right. We'll get it back, guys. We'll get it back. All we need to do is I get back in the studio and we start getting all the trolls in here again. We'll be doing good. Um, yes, I agree. Anything's better than a fireplace. Anything. Here's the thing with a fireplace, it's return air. The bottom line is return. I'm sorry, my legs are cramping. The bottom line is return air. When you're burning a fireplace, all the air that goes up the chimney all has to be returned into the home, and you end up with negative pressure in the home, which is fine, except all the air that's being returned into the home is 4 degrees. So all the heat goes up the chimney, and all the air that's coming in to return air to backfill that air that's being sucked out by the heat process in the chimney, all that air that's coming into your house is 4 degrees. And so what you end up with is an extremely inefficient way to heat. In fact, we light the fireplace and it tends to get cooler. The drafts get worse, that it leaks around the doors and the windows, and you can feel the draft coming from behind things, and it's crazy. Tonight, the flume's closed, the fireplace is cold. Now, it is 10 degrees warmer outside, but tonight we're not fighting anything. We've got plenty of heat. I got my heater on low up here, and that's because we didn't burn the fireplace. We're not sucking in all that really cold air from outside. And so the fireplace, because we're from Florida, the fireplace for us just literally, it just becomes a novelty for us. So there you go. All right. Let's see here. What else we got going on, guys? Talk to me here. Let's see. All right. Yeah, one of my pet peeves is people that start a channel and then after about 6 months, you never see them again. You ever notice that? They still do shows every night, but you never see them again. They have the little talking head or the little blinking light or whatever, and you don't actually get to see them again. And so that's always been one of my pet peeves. So one of the things I try to do is always make that you can see me when I'm talking to you. The only exception is when we go into and the coverage, there's so much going on. I bring my size down to where I'm a little speck in the corner. But I think it's important that you can see the host. It's a video show, so no matter what is going on, I think it's important that you see the host and you can see the person talking to you. It helps some people to even understand what's being spoken because they read lips, or they like to have that as a backup. Um, yeah. So I try to tell people, one of the things I try to do is always be there in front of the camera saying hi. I'm nothing to look at. I get that. But I think it's important that you can see the host of the show. Um, yeah. But then, I think things are going good here. So I'll answer any questions if anybody has anything. I don't know why that light keeps, as the bed shakes, that light moves a little bit. I have to fix that. I literally have these little programmable LED lights, and they have like a remote control, and I can make them whatever color I want. Um, well, thank you, Yellow. I appreciate that. I got my big wash light out front on the front of the banister, shooting out into the woods, so the trees are all lit up purple out there. It's beautiful. Uh, I'm a sucker for colored lights. Okay. No, Carlotta, we didn't. But yeah, you could still feel the draft coming through there, even with the flue closed, because it doesn't seal. There's no seal there. It's just metal on metal. Um, yeah, and man, last night we have one more night. We've got Saturday morning up here. Saturday morning, we're going to be back at 4 again. We're back down to the same temperature again. This time, snow instead of ice. They're forecasting up to an inch of snow here in Blairsville. So hopefully we get enough that we can actually, take some pictures and uh, be Floridian tourists for a little while and ooh and ah at the snow. These people up here are probably sick of it. They've already had snow, I don't know, 3 times up here already, I think. I bet you they've had snow 3 times up here. So there you go. Um, yeah, the neat thing up here is the elevation, which we're not used to down there either. Um, up here, your town is at 2,600 feet. We're at 3,400, or no, 2,600 feet, I think 2,800 feet here. And then, of course, we go other places that are much higher than that. So it makes a big difference. We could have drove up. You can drive up to like Brasstown Ball is the highest point in Georgia. That's right here, right near us. You just drive out through Choastoe. It's right there. Um, yeah, Florida's very flat. I like radio up here. Radio's a lot more fun up here. In Florida just kind of sucks in a way. There's nothing exciting down there. You have to make a really tall tower to get out anywhere. And we're up here. If you're on the side of a mountain, you you've got a 2,000-foot tower. It's called kind of neat. But a lot of times you're on one side or the other of the mountain, and you can't see and so it brings a lot of tactical to putting up antennas and things like that up here that you don't have in Florida. In Florida, a big Omni as high as you can get it. Up here, you need directionals, where your elevation is compared to the next mountain and the next tower and everything else. A lot more important. So I think it's interesting. I like doing radio up here. My HF works much better up here. I don't know why. When I get down to Florida, I can't hear anybody on the HF. It's just terrible. I come up here though, and it's like everybody's on there. I can hear everybody. It's just crazy. Um, yeah, and yeah, we don't. I don't have a wood stove. I know you're talking to somebody else, but just to say, I don't have a wood stove. I've heard neat things. I basically got one of those. I can't remember the name of it. It's like pots. We bought one of those. To be a really cool thing. So that was neat. And we still use that. That's all I do. I don't. I do one pot meals up here normally. I can a microwave. I can usually do everything in a microwave in a big pot. And for those that might be in the room that are not normally in the room, normally at home in a big studio, I normally have a multi-screen broadcast going on right now, and hell, I'm normally even wearing a shirt. So um, this is I'm on vacation, and I have no internet up here except in this one spot on my bed that I've got this tripod set up on the bed. This is probably the first time in my life I've set up a tripod on a bed. Um, and if I move around too much, it's like I could do it like on the ship. It's like we're under attack, But anyway, so there you go. Now, let's see what else is going on. Tomorrow, spending some time with. We've got family up here. There we go. That's what I need, Victor. I need the original. I need like an original fireplace screensaver to go up behind me in the studio so that it looks like I have a fireplace. in my studio. That would work. Um, Down there, even when it's 50 degrees outside, when the studio's on, the air conditioner still has to cycle on and off twice an hour in order to keep the studio down to 73 degrees. So it's a lot of stuff in there. Yeah, I've got three Coleman stoves here. They're ones we bought over the years. Each one has a little bit of a story behind it. But I bought several Coleman stoves. Actually, my brother bought, I think, several of them, and I bought one. Anyway, we got three of them out there. We've got I got a Caro heater out there. I think I got, but I got three Colemans, and I got a gallon of white gas for that. And um, we were prepared here. I had 6 bundles of wood. I had almost two full boxes of those fire logs. I think I had 11 of them. Those 3 hour burning logs. And all my batteries were charged. I had charging batteries that were charged. So we were just ready to go. Even the car was sitting out there on almost a full tank of gas because I just didn't know what to expect. And yeah, and the crackling sound effect for the air that'll work too. We'll put like a little crackling sound effect on there. That'll be kind of fun. Um, I love fireplaces. I'm a geek. We're from Florida. I got that little stuff you put in there and it makes it all different colored flames. Yeah, I'm a geek. I don't give a shit. Call me names. I don't care. Uh, it's kind of weird because when we do that coverage, I get called Hitler all night. But when it's just us, nobody calls me names. That's pretty nice. Uh, yeah, those work. Those work good. I like to know that if I had to, I could pull that thing in there and use it, and I could cook on it or create heat with it. And it's avgas, so I mean, as long as you do a little venting, you're okay. Or it's white gas, I should say, which is actually very similar to avgas. Actually, um, yeah. So yeah, we were all set, but yeah, we've got literally another storm coming, guys. Do you believe this? Another storm. And I'm like, oh my lord. Um, yeah, we haven't needed even the Trump and all sponsor, but we'll be getting back to that. Come Sunday, that show will be sponsored by Trump and all suppositories, Trump PM, and also MAGA Strength Trump and all the different products brought to you by Trump, the amazing Trump and all line of products. But we'll get back to all of that on Sunday. See, I can't even talk about it without going into the read. So there you go. Oh, I can't believe we're still on here. It's 51 minutes and we're still on. That's actually pretty good. Trump and X. You know what? Oh boy, I think you just gave me an idea. Um, yeah, Trump and X. I think I got another idea there. That's good. No, the crapper's right over there. Does look like I'm sitting on a toilet though. No, I'm sitting on my bed upstairs, guys. There's get ready to go to bed actually right after I'm done with the show. Um, there's believe it or not, there's no internet up here. This spot right here is where the internet is, and I brought a tripod up today because I've been laying the phone on a stack of pillows, and I brought a tripod up today, and I've got it all set up with lights and everything now. So now when I'm done, I just pick the tripod up and sit it over here, and I'm done. Um, but I found a good spot right here where it's working pretty good. Last night it just kept going out and going out and going out because I had it on a stack of pillows. On the tripod, I can get it in a really good spot where it's perfect. Hey Victor, you have a good night too. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Um, Yeah, it's a good place to hold audience, I guess. I'm a private shitter. I won't even use a booth. I'm it's kind of weird. I can do nudist stuff no problem, but when it comes to taking a crap, it's extremely private for me. I won't even use a stall. It has to be a private room. And there's no reason for it. It's not like I shit colors or anything. It's just it's a private thing for me. There's just certain, we all have those private things. Some people are like, when they're having sex, it's got to be perfect, private, locked doors. Other people are like, I don't care if I get caught. I just do it. And everybody has their things that are private. Some men can't get it to piss unless they're by themselves or whatever. That's actually very common. I bet you half of us have that. But there's a lot of weird, quirky things that people have, and that's with me. It's I like a private bathroom. I have to have a private bathroom. Um, yeah. Hey, cutie. Yeah, we're glad you're here. Um, yeah. No, it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. I generally don't broadcast from the bathroom. However, sometimes I am probably full of shit, so you never know. Probably wouldn't be so bad. It could be like that movie that I love so much called um, oh boy, Idiocracy. One thing I love about that movie, the guy gets up from his recliner and there's a toilet in the recliner. It's like he doesn't even have to get up to go shit. He can continue watching his movie while he's taking a dump. Um, well, we had steak again tonight. We've had steak twice since we've been up here. That's special. Tomorrow, I'm cooking a pot roast. I'm going to about 8 in the morning. I will fry. I'll cut the meat into 5 pieces. This big chuck roast that I bought, I'll cut it into 5 pieces. I'll season it with Everglades and pepper and a little garlic, and then I will roll it in powder, in flour. I don't know why I said powder. Uh, the cokeheads out there were all like, "What did he say?" I roll it in flour, and then I get oil going really hot, like some good clean oil, and then I drop the pieces of beef down in the oil, and I keep turning them until every single side is brown. All 4 sides of each piece of meat are browned, caramelized. Then once they're caramelized, then I take all of that and put it in the crock pot, and and then usually I let that cook for 3 or 4 hours, and then I'll come back later and put in potatoes and carrots and onions. You've eaten steaks that you wished were ground up. Well, these steaks were not. These were we spent the money. If we're going when we go on vacation, we spend the money. We get the good steaks. We bought these are um, they're ribeye. What we used to call back in the day Delmonico's. I don't know why that name went away. When I was a kid, it was a Delmonico steak, and we ate those for 30 years, and then all of a sudden one day the meat guy, the sticker changed, and it's now called a ribeye. That might have just been a Winn-Dixie Publix thing down in Florida. I don't know, but it's interesting how that works. Um, yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Most steak, I like it the way it is. Now, I've gotten to the point where I don't like really tough steak. I'd rather just like you. I'd rather go ahead and ground it up if it's going to be all tough. Just go ahead and ground it up for me. I don't know if I want it. Um. Oh boy, hot roast. What else do we do up here? Mm. A tradition we have on the first day of vacation when I arrive up here. The very next morning, I put on chili and I put it in the crock pot, and I will ground the beef, brown it, put it in there, drain it good, put it in there, and then I put 3 or 4 kinds of beans. Um, I put all kinds of different beans in there. Um, I like to do like a 4 or 5 bean um, chili. They're not just all the big red kidneys, but I also use navies and butter beans and different things. Then I put in 1 can of whole tomatoes because my mom likes the whole ones in there, and then I put in 2 cans, two smaller cans, the mid-sized cans of tomato sauce, and then I take an onion, I cut it in half and throw it in there, and that's good. That's it. It cooks. Lots of chili powder, a little bit of Everglades on the beef while I'm cooking it, and that's pretty much it. And it is really good like that. I love that. And then we have other things we do. We'll probably do spaghetti towards the end of the week. I like a good pot of spaghetti. Um, we do all it just all depends on how many meals we eat in. We used to eat out a lot more up here. We between the economy and everything, and believe it or not, there's a lot more restaurants up here than there used to be. There's less restaurants we like than there used to be. We used to have some really cool restaurants here. There was one called the world's famous Blairsville restaurant. Now it's still there, but it's just not near as good as it used to be. They used to have this like buffet. You go in, they would scoop everything out for you. It was really, really good. Um, there's just some of the really good restaurants are gone, and the other ones, I mean, I guess they're all right, but they're just, I don't know, not as good as they used to be. So we've been like the last 3 or 4 years, we've actually decided, hey, let's just eat more, you know, let's just eat more back at the cabin and just and eat out less, and we've just been doing that. Um, I love cooking, so it's generally not a big deal for me because I love cooking and I love to you know I love to make dishes and cook and do things. So I know nobody's staying in here but my dieharders. Thanks guys for being here. I know this is boring. Is there anything else real quick before I let you guys go up and on for an hour? And I need to stand up because my back is really hurting. Um, yeah. All right, I will. I mean, I'm going to come back on tomorrow night. I'll do another hour tomorrow night, and yeah, so it's all good. We'll guys, we'll get back into it once I get back. We're going to hit the studio hard when I get back, and I'm going to do lots of hours, and we'll get the numbers rolling again. It's no big deal. Uh, yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, we're having a good time up here. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of really neat things to see up here and do. And we took a drive all around town today. Um, we like to just drive around and just kind of see what's going on everywhere. There's a lot going on in town, construction, this and that, and lots of construction on the big highway there. And so we just literally drove around today and just kind of checked things out, things that were, along the way. Um, and then we went to Walmart, bought a few things and came home. That was about it. My battery died. Um, I bought a car cash. I spent 5 grand and just paid cash for a car, and the battery I could tell was probably a few years old. And I get up here, and last night 4 degrees killed it. I went out there this morning, completely dead. I was able to charge it up using one of my big power supplies and start the car. And then I drove it to Walmart, drove it back here. It started back up at Walmart and came home. But this is the third time that battery's kind of giving me a weird problem. And now it's up here in the cold and it doesn't like the cold either. So I went ahead and bought another battery. I can't be driving around, you know. So now before I head home, for sure, I'm going to put the new battery in it and we'll see. I'm going to take the old one home with me. I went ahead and paid the deposit because I want to take the old one with me. I want to test it. If it's still good, I may hold it for 6 months and use it in the shed. But anyway, other than that, if anybody has anything else, let me know. If not, I'm going to bid you adieu till tomorrow night. We'll let you guys go. No, I don't panic. If you're talking to me, I don't panic about stuff like this. I got up this morning; it was dead. I went out there and just hooked a charger up to it, charged it, got it going. No big deal. Um, Yep. It'll be good. It'll be fun. I'll be back in here tomorrow night with you guys, and we'll check out what's going on around. Now you want chili. I know chili's good, and you can get creative with chili. You really can. There's a lot of really neat things that you can do with chili. You can make it really good if you put your mind to it. Um, all right. All right. Well, I guess that's going to be about it, guys. I've been on over an hour, so we're going to go ahead and call it. It's been fun. You guys just hang in there for this week. And in about 5 days, 6 days, I'll be back to full strength. We'll be going again. And we will hit it hard, if you know what I mean. All right, guys. Everybody have a good night out there. My name's Ian. This is Starship Adventures, a special sights and sounds of Earth without the sights and sounds of Earth. And we'll be back tomorrow night for another short show on vacation. And then again, we'll be back on Sunday night. This coming Sunday night, we go back to our regular 7-night-a-week schedule from the studio. We'll see you guys then. My name's Ian. This is Starship Adventures. Have a good night, everybody, and a safe tomorrow. 7 threes.